Gotta get more followers.
Everyone, you may have seen I just released over a 3-hour interview chat with John Skelton from Apex Trader Funding. It's currently October 2024. We went over a lot of information, guys. There's timestamps galore on that video. My plan is to release the entire full-length video as well as then kind of in sections by some kind of topics, natural breaks for you guys. But as well, personally, I just wanted to give you like the under 15 minute summary of the changes because I already know that's probably what most of you want to know. So let's go through it. I put together this little slide presentation. So before we start, just some disclaimers if you want or info for you. So this is my summary overview of the changes. Be sure to watch the whole videos where I talk to John and even more importantly, consult their site and their facts. They're working on updating it, guys. It's probably not fully updated as of the release of this video. But just know, I guess the point is that what Apex has on their site and their specific rules are what kind of dictates what actually matters. I don't want someone to take something I say in the video and interpret it incorrectly when it's better served if you just go to Apex and make sure you're clear on what's what. I think it's pretty straightforward, but I just want to put that out there. Again, I already mentioned the video that I put out with John is timestamped galore, so you can go to very specific topics if you want to do that. I'll mention as well, I'm recording this on October 19th, 2024. So if you're watching this video, 3 years in the future or something, certainly know that you might want to consult their site again. In this crazy world of the funded future space, things change. So definitely just know that this is most appropriate right now in October 24 and the near term. I know as well, and it's not on the slide here, but John even alludes to at the end of the interview that they have even more good stuff coming for traders, and I honestly am not aware of what that is, so there is going to be newer stuff in the near future. And I also want to make this clear, all of these sort of rule changes and payout things relate to performance accounts. So none of this has to do with the evaluation side, and none of it has to do with the live account side. This is strictly focused on performance accounts, so you pass an eval, you get your performance accounts. Guys, let's talk payouts first. So first change, you can now request a payout after 8 days instead of 10, 8 days traded, I should say. There's no more payout windows. It used to be, the first few days of the month and the few days in the middle of the month. That's going away. We're currently in a payout window. When this one ends, that's no more. So this new payout rules kind of technically officially start November 1st. Going forward, so you have your 8 days traded, 5 of the days must have at least $100 in profit. It's not on this slide, I get to it future, but I will tell you, you can flip the other 3 days if you want. That's totally fine. Or if it takes you longer than 8 days, you can flip those days as well. But 5 of the days have to be 100 in profit. By your 6th withdrawal request, you can request up to 100% of your balance over the safety net. Gonna get to safety nets, guys. If you work out the timing on this, since you can technically withdraw, every 8 days, basically, as you're going into month 3 now, you could have access to up to 100%, whereas in the past it used to be 4 months. And just a side note, payouts that are currently being approved, they're paid out within 24 hours. We talk extensively in the video about this, not just, that's a thing, but also just how that is working now, things they put in place to make that a reality. Lots of people out there are reporting in that they're receiving payouts lickety-split. So consistency rules on performance accounts. So no one day can be more than 30% of the total profit. So example, you have 10K in profits, no one day can be over 3,000. This was a rule. I know there's some contention in the past where it was kind of in the contract. They didn't really completely enforce it. When they started enforcing it, people didn't like that. Now it's just going to be 100% kind of the law of the land. 30%. If you're below it, great. If you're over it, you need to trade a little bit more to get that consistency under 30%. So nice and crystal clear. I already mentioned no more flipping rules. So as long as the 5 days are over $100 in profit, you can flip whatever other days you need to withdraw. Also, no more DCA rules. So if you want to DCA, you DCAers are back in business with Apex. So safety nets, guys, already talked about it. Again, this performance account. So safety nets are back. There's got to be a give and take, guys, in order to keep the low prices, keep the, the 20 accounts, all the good stuff. Also weed out all the issues that were caused by scammers and whatnot. This is now in place. So basically your safety net will be the amount of the trailing drawdown. So I have an example, the 50K account, once you're over 52,600, again in the PA account, that's your safety net. You can withdraw amounts above that. There's now also scaling, guys. It's fairly straightforward. Again, I'm talking performance accounts only. So new performance accounts, you get a brand new performance account. You can only have access to 50% of the allowed contracts until you're over the safety net. In the video, John talks about how the 50K, I have the example here even, in general, you're allowed 10 contracts. So once you get that performance account, only trade 5 until you reach that safety net. Then you can go full clip if you care so. So risk management, they used to kind of have this in place. It used to be 4-to-1, now it's 5-to-1. So basically, if you set $100 take profit, don't risk more than 500. And basically, they're just kind of looking at the average. If you're constantly going, if you're constantly risking, 10 to make 1, that's going to be a problem. If, one time you accidentally, dip below the 5-to-1, not a big deal, guys. It's an average kind of overall theme of your account. So basically just don't, if you're constantly pressing your luck, you're obviously out to try and kind of abuse this. So just don't do that. So another one on the risk management side. So 30% of profits is how I have it labeled. So basically once you're in your performance account, don't risk more than 30% of your total starting profit for the day on any one open trade. So I want to be clear, it's not a daily loss limit. There's no 30% daily loss limit. So example, you start the day, you've already have 10K in profits in your account. Don't let any one trade go below 3K is basically the rule. And this isn't 3K like closed. This is like the open live trade. Like if you're in a trade and it's just going against you and gets down to where you're down more than 3K, letter of the law, you're kind of breaking this rule. They don't want you like having a big balance and just risking it all. So effective dates, guys, all the rules and parameters I kind of talked about, the safety nets, the consistency, the 30%, all those things start Monday, October 21st, literally a couple days from now. It applies all accounts across the boards. There has to kind of be an official, like this is in place date. That's when it is. It's this Monday. And then on the payout side, kind of already mentioned, there's no more payout windows. That's going to be gone with completely after the current one, which by the time you see this video will basically be over already. And then going forward, technically starting November 1st, we move to 8 days trade it instead of 10 to request payouts. And you can request every 8 days. If you meet the requirements, every 8 days, you can do a withdrawal. So guys, another quick summary just to kind of hopefully bring it all together. Payouts, request after 8 days. 5 of the days have to have $100 in profit or more. You can't, it's down at the bottom, but you can then flip the other days if you care to. And after your 5th payout, so starting with the 6th one, 100% will be available above the safety net. Safety net, amount of the trailing drawdown, so whatever account size you have, whatever the trailing drawdown amount is stated for that account, that would be what your safety net will be. And you can withdraw above the safety net. As well, I didn't put it on here, but the scaling, remember when you're in that safety net amount, only trade half the contracts, not the full clip. Guys, with these changes, payout denial should be minimal. I didn't cover it all in this shorter video, but John talks about how they've completely revamped, not just the payouts, getting rid of the payout windows and stuff, but the payout teams, the people who review the trading. They're going to be looking at trades and traders' accounts as they near payouts. So when they get to about day 6, if somebody is on track to be eligible for a payout after 8 days, they're going to be kind of pre-review people's accounts. So if there is any problem, they see you're not great on the consistency, whatever else, they can reach out to you before you even reach day 8. So in the ideal world, you have time to fix things before you even reach day 8, or you at least have a heads up. So really, payout denials come day 8 would be minimal because anyone would have been reached out to in advance. So then on the trading rules, don't risk reward it more than 5-to-1. Again, that's kind of an average, but personally, don't abuse it. Don't try to skate that line. Don't risk more than 30% of your starting profits on any one open trade. And then last point, flipping is allowed again. DCA is allowed again. News was always allowed. You can still trade the news. I kind of wrote it twice by mistake. But guys, I will say too, and again, this is in the interview, but I know it's super long. Just because I didn't say something doesn't mean it doesn't apply anymore. For example, you still can't, go long and short on the news or something like that. Like there's still some old school things that are in place that are common sense, I would say, but people try to game the system with. All right, guys, my contact info, website, CanadianFutureTrader.ca or just CFT.ca. Social media is on my site, mostly active on Instagram and Twitter. Guys, the Ultra Bond icon here, not relevant to rules and payouts and whatnot, but I will mention in the interview, we talked about treasuries. Guys, treasuries are coming back at some point. Few things need to happen. It's definitely not top priority, especially right now with the changes going on. But treasuries in the future certainly are coming back. I'm excited about that. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I like to consider myself one of the OGs out there in the funded future space. I've been around for years. Right now, there's so many people out there, I know, making videos, live trade and all that stuff. I was one of the first ones out there with a website, giving you the reviews, giving you the discounts, giving you the instructional videos, all the cool stuff. So I want to thank all you loyal CFT fans and followers. I honestly do appreciate it, guys. Always been Team Apex, 100% still Team Apex. When you're making your choices out there, keep in mind regulations are coming. Apex, a clear path to getting you to live counts. They will survive any and all regulations. And I know I'm excited for what the future brings. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.